Hey. So, if it's your first time watching, hey. And if it's your first time watching, I am Jamie LeRoyce, and you are watching a delicious episode of Virtual-WIT-A-Twist. Yes, where we leave you with a what? A kiss? Mwah. And seeing that today is Seduction Saturdays, and for my nail channel, we did a nice, seduction story time. But I had to come in for my Twist family as well and make sure that I do a video. Now, the I'm All intro, and make sure that you please like, comment, and subscribe. There's a delicious topic that I want to talk about today, and it was pertaining to like a little viral video that had went, or excuse me, a video that had went viral about a lady who had, allegedly well, not allegedly, she did quit her gig or her job, and wanted to pursue other things. But I'll get into the actual title, but that's like the gist of just what prompted this story today. So this is an impromptu, so like I said, nothing staged. I just want to do a raw cut analyzation of the story, and then I also want to give my 2 cents, and we're gonna definitely do us a closeout, honey. We're gonna definitely do us a closeout. So without further ado, let's get into. So the topic is I'm 57 and broke. Wish I wouldn't have quit my job. Older single woman regrets moving to Atlanta. So, mind you, I'm going to put everything in the title or whatever. And before we start, yes, y'all can have nail cam. Yes, y'all can have nail cam. So, I had did this hand the other day. So, like I said, I had to do it on my nail channel. So, anyway, now that we are in and we are intro, we didn't have nail cam, I want to talk about this story. One, the lady, I didn't put any clips in because I just want to do a raw overview of it about, the story. And if you can, like I said, I'm going to see if I can get on there. I may put the link in there in the description. If not, then you can definitely just put the title of the search, and trust me, she'll come up the original creator. Or I may put the original creator of the video in there. That's what I'll probably do. So nonetheless, this lady had, took a leap of faith, so she say, and, quit her job, and she thought about pursuing one of her goals, and that was to be a aspiring actress or whichever. Like, I'm being nice with this because, who am I or anyone to even judge, why she wanted to, pursue this goal. So anyway, all positive, but we gonna really go in, so just ride out. Just ride out with the seductions. So, she had did all that to pursue this goal, and now, ironically, she is broke. Or, something is going on. Y'all have to excuse me, I'm having, this itch. And I know it's from, either the makeup or something, but just, this, it makes you, want to, do all that. But I'm I ain't trying to mess up my mug. But I know it's probably from, I don't know the formula, but look, I don't want into a whole nother topic, but when you just do your mug, sometimes, you just have to make sure you keep your brush. So, anyway, the lady had, ironically, she is broke. And she, is probably having a hard time adjusting and, getting back. Like I said, you have to watch the video to get the context. I'm just giving an overview. Now, first and foremost, girl, no roasting to her, just keeping it real on the story. First and foremost, girl, let's just be clear. Did you not visit Atlanta? Because, we understand that she had went to pursue this goal and all this, everything, but have you visited Atlanta? That's what was going to be our real question, because as a former trucker and also, just a CDL holder, and not even just that, just a traveler, a person who has went and traveled to Atlanta, and I'm pretty sure she had the factor in housing. That's just an adult thing. Come on now. Everyone has a factor where you're going to stay, how much it is, or if you got a place to stay and it's been arranged, you already are factoring, okay, cool, I got 2 months, 3 months, then I need to give me a spot, or I need to give me a car by then. So you're factoring this before you go. So I don't want to hear nothing in the comment section with the foolishness. So nonetheless, I'm just like, I know, like, have you visited? That was my question in my head. Like, girl, had you visited? Because if you visited, you should have known about the cost of living. So, will we all agree? Like, Chad will agree that at least when you go somewhere as an adult, you at least kind of got a figure of your time frame of how much you got, and or two, and that's just being real. You're going to look at the markets to see. I don't care if you're renting a room. You're going to factor in, like, okay, it'll be about this. Like, you can't just go on the willy-nilly and just not think about housing or a car or just something. So that's why I was like, no excuses with that. So anyway, that's why my first thought was, did you not visit Atlanta, girl, before you thought even quitting and go to Atlanta to pursue anything? That's one. Two, I know a lot of people say what they say as far as textbooks and, us being a studious person too, but just being like a bookworm and smart and intelligence ain't got nothing to do with connections, honey. Let me say that again. Intelligence has nothing to do with connections. So, not saying that you being intelligent, you being smart, that you can't be connected. That's not what I'm saying. But most people feel like that is so important. Only it's just to be so smart or so great, but you don't know how to connect with people. You don't know how to get in the rooms to be around people who could probably give you opportunity or introduce you to someone who can open the opportunity for you. So it's a little, like a cohesive art. Like, I may do a video about that, like communicating or the art of communication. But nonetheless, that's what I was thinking. Like, girl, was you not thinking about that? Because when we went to Atlanta, and it's just our review, and we don't care about nobody coming in the comments, you would just be blocked and deleted. But people that know, and even from Atlanta, Atlanta is a gorgeous and a nice place if you know what you're doing. I'll just say that. But if you don't know what you're doing, you don't just go and move to Atlanta. And baby, this is all I'm going to say, and then I'm going to move on, is the crime rate. Girl, and the way they've been running up on you in cars, breaking in cars, doing people in, being ratchet, just that. No. So, that's all we gotta say on that. And on that, but anybody talking some, oh, it's this, is that, because people are trying to defend their city. But baby, no, let's talk about the crime rate or the theft rate, girl, or you just getting done in. Okay? That's just like people like say what they want to say, but people, that's like, for example, people from Memphis. People in Tennessee know Memphis ain't playing no games. So people from there know what's up. It's just like being in Chicago in certain areas. So I don't have time to go into that just yet, but I just want to put that little tidbit in there for the people who be wanting to boop, 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 boop. We just wanted to throw that in there. So, back to the blog. So that's why I was like, chick, you didn't like either visit first, and even if you did, you didn't factor in no money for no rent, nothing, certain things. So my thing is even if you was gonna do this whim of the job, and we're gonna talk about the job too, and do this, my thing is you didn't think about like a savings, like at least a three on the low end. Let's just be fair, y'all. Let's be fair in the comments. Even if you did a 3-month supply, like, okay, I got enough money for 3 months, but I know I need to either give me a gig, connect, give me a car, so I'm cool, I can still move around, and then anything else, I could give me a little certification, give me a little gig out there, boom, I could just work this little gig, do some chill, easy security, boop. I could just give me a little guard car license, you know what I'm saying, something real chill, or like, hell, ain't no pride in it, and you may be able to get actually free food, so you ain't even gotta worry about food. You could just go to work, and that's if you got you a fast food gig. So, like, all humbleness, that's what I said, all real in the blog. Like, even if you have to get you a little gig and get you a car, you know what I'm saying, do your little car life, girl, okay, get some laws going. So, it's other alternatives. We're gonna talk about that in the closeout, but I just, I'm just thinking from my brain, like, girl, was you even... So, like I said, we're gonna go in. So that was my question, was what was the point of going there out of all places to pursue something? Yes, but out of all places and not have a budget. That's all I gotta say. We gonna move on because I want to hear it, like, because I know it's gonna go ratchet. But I just figured, why did you factor in the budget? And even if you felt things were going to go good and everything was good, you still should have factored in that. And the reason we're going to study because we're going to talk about your age and maturity, and then we're going to get into that, and then I'm going to close over. I'm going to get to the closeout. So when I would say, when it comes to age, people that I notice that are, because me, I'm in my 30s. So me, what I do notice is that people that are 40 and above, 50 and above, even some 60 and above, just because they're that age does not mean they're mature. And two, even if they are mature, people do make mistakes, but there's certain mistakes that you just, at a certain age, you can't, like, take the risk. Like, that's like, and we're just gonna be fair and I'm gonna move forward. That's like saying, oh, it's okay to just go right to the stoplight and press the little button, like, to walk, and just walk. Like, I'm a pedestrian. Like, what? Like, they're not gonna, like, keep going or, like, not stop for me, like, for sure. Like, okay, so everybody would agree, no, you dumb and stupid to think you was going to do whatever and just waltz out there into traffic. No. So that's why I'm saying that on the age part. So I want to make that correlation. But, like I said, we're moving forward. So I was just very, like, flabbergasted, just like probably most people, about, like, whoa, like, what was the point of doing that, girl? Now, granted, like I said, she could roast herself. She could go in. She probably don't need no criticism, which, a lot of times people, like I said, you make delayed mistakes and then you share it. So, it is what it is. But I'm going to say this, and then, like I said, I'm going to move over to my closeout. Just because a person is a certain age does not mean they're mature. That's what I want to say about that. Then let's move over so that I can get to the point to the closeout. So, with that being said, of her going to pursue, like, ATL, and, like, it did not work out, and then, like I said, now she said that she's broke. Now we're going to talk about this broke part. Now, granted, let's just say her savings got ate up in whatever mission in, like, a couple weeks, or she just impacted it, right? Where was your backups? Like, we know, that's why I said sometimes, you never know how long of the story is and what it is when people are, disclosing things. So I'm like, girl, where was the backup? Like, that's why I said, where was the backup certification? Where was the backup connections? Where was the backup what? Like, what was that? And so I want to say this, and then I'll move to my closeout. I noticed that people are of a certain age too, and even some people that are young. We're not going to put this on the age group, only on a mature age group that is 30 plus. We're going to talk about, let's just say, adulthood. Let's say 25 and up. But in the mix of the pool of 30 and up and things, that does not mean people know how to really properly communicate. And I've noticed that too. Like, when I go out and I'm interacting and dealing with people, it don't even matter what side of town I'm on or nothing. Some people just do not understand what they're doing. And what I mean by that is how they're being perceived. Like, their branding of what they have going on with themselves is so out of place that they don't really know how to, like, conduct, like, correct business. But a lot of maybe experienced business owners and people that have went to school, or people who understand the concept of branding, personal branding specifically, can probably understand that. But that's why I was like, I notice people that are in a certain age bracket, and even some people that are young, sometimes they don't have personal branding. I mean, like, they don't have media training, knowing how to talk, when to, like, maybe pivot, maybe to not answer a question, maybe to give your nice, prompt chat GPT style response. So, it's just certain things that you learn as you, like, practice yourself, like what's appropriate and what's not, and what to share and when not to share. So, it's just something that takes practice. But I know some people just don't even have the normal capacity to even just, like, communicate normal, just a simple compliment, or, hey, excuse me, I had a good question for you, or, like, it's just the approach. Everything is just so off. But like I said, we'll probably do another video on that. But nonetheless, like I said, I want to finish that part up before I get into my closeout. So now we can move over to our closeout. Because like I said, I want to make this video too long, but I did want to cover a couple of topics. I didn't want to go in a little bit, and then I wanted to go to the closeout So, like I said, after I get the responses and comments, things like that, if I need to go into detail with other videos, I will. Mwah. Yes, kiss from Jamie Lawrence, dear. So, um, over to our closeout. So now we move on to our closeout. So my closeout and takeaway is, in this instance, always, and you must always, I don't care if you, what age you are and you are watching the video, always, always, always factor in the budget. If you have to escape somewhere, if you have to pursue this random goal that you really feel that was placed on your heart for you to pursue anything, whatever it's going to be, always factor a budget. And the budget could be to make it there, a budget to make it there, have food and shelter for so long, and or the combo, like everything in one, like, so always factor in the budget. That will be my closeout in this vlog, is because I think that's the most upsetting thing that probably hurt this lady in this situation, was the fact that she didn't factor in the budget, and then she did, and she depleted her budget and she wasn't able to like sustain. To be honest, she really can only fault herself. Even if it came to like asking family, anything, and a lot of people, and we all do at a point, have pride. So if you're not able to really bounce back in a certain time and everything is just like whatever, we understand life happens, but sometimes it could be a pride thing. Let's just be real. If you depleted the budget, but most times, like I said, that was my takeaway, was like always budgeting or factoring the budget whenever you have to do anything, because in this life, especially in 2025, you really just don't know nowadays. But all you can do is be certain that you at least try to put something together or put things in order, so that way when you're maneuvering, you're not taking that high risk. Because once you do have like your funds and things in order, you will see like, okay, cool, I can maneuver but I still have a nest egg, or I could do this but I have good credit, or I could do this and I have like this certain asset or a resource to go here, or hey, when I was doing good, things were going good, I poured into someone that I really trust, and they just, I was able to go, hey, you know what I mean, I have a like reserve for you. And that means if you ever need anything, you give me a call, you reach out, certain things like that. So I kind of feel like, and I know that's high risk, but when you think about when you're on your ups, and then I'm gonna say it like this and we're gonna exit, let's just say if you did find someone that you felt was doing good, or you knew that really had it going on, even if you did a nest egg, I feel like of 1,000, or you did a nest egg of like, if you could do it a 5K or anything less than 5K, maybe 2, it's still not a total loss to you, because one, you can do a tax write-up, but we'll talk about some business tips later. But I feel like if you invested that into someone who did a nest egg for you, because you felt like, hey, I don't want to leave this in the bank, because if I seen it, I knew I was going to do this with it. Or, hey, I don't really have family or a certain type of friends like that, but you or whoever this person you're connected with, you trust them because you see how they live, or you see how they got things in order. So you trust them enough to, like I said, have a reserve. So if something did happen, or you fell flat on your like ass, it just is what it is. At least you got someone who can wire you some money, make sure you got food, make sure you're good for the time being, until you really like be able to like regroup. Because sometimes everybody's time frame is going to be different on having to regroup. Like, where you got to go back to where you stay, where you got to figure out what is, depending on the situation. So like I said, if it was your first time watching, I am Jamie Leroy's, and you just watched a delicious episode of Virtual-WIT-A-Twist. And today's topic was, I'm 57 and broke and wish I wouldn't have quit my job. Older single woman regrets moving to Atlanta. Okay? And like I said, this is Jamie Leroy with Virtual-WIT-A-Twist, where we would leave you with a kiss. Mwah. Oh yeah, and nail cam over here. I want to do nail cam for y'all on this side too, so y'all was able to see both sides. So yes, I did manage to do both sets. Both sides. So that is my thing for my nail channel. Like I said, I have my nail channel going, so I'll be working my little set with that. But nonetheless, I want to come and do this video. But like I said, if this is your first time watching, I am Jamie Leroy, and this is Virtual-WIT-A-Twist, where we what? Leave you with a kiss. Mwah. Okay, see you on the next one, sweetie.